Okay, now all this talk about you were saying that Iran has agreed to talk and Iran denying it. So this is a very confusing situation. Is the war ending or not? So well, there are a lot of theories behind it, and one of them is I'll just list out in this video. This sudden decision to pause strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure may have seemed abrupt, but emerging details point to a carefully negotiated move shaped by intense back-channel diplomacy involving key players. Now, how the situation went from an ultimatum from Donald Trump to de-escalation from Trump himself. Okay, just days before announcing the pause, U.S. President had issued a stark warning to Tehran. On Hormuz or face-sweeping attacks on critical infrastructure. Okay, remember. Now, however, within 48 hours, Washington changed course. U.S. announced a 5-day pause in plant strikes, with Trump citing productive discussions with Iranian counterparts. The announcement had an immediate global effect. Oil prices eased and financial markets stabilized, underlining the conflict's economic sensitivity. Amid rising tensions, several regional countries, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan, moved swiftly to prevent further escalation. At a high-level meeting in Riyadh, officials explored ways to reopen communication channels with Tehran. However, these efforts suffered a setback following the killing of senior Iranian figure Ali Larijani, who had been seen as a potential bridge between Iran and the West. His absence created certain uncertainty over who would effectively negotiate on behalf of Iranian leadership, where Egypt comes into picture. With conventional diplomatic avenues disrupted, mediators recalibrated their approach. Egypt emerged as a key player, leveraging its regional ties to re-establish contact. Cairo reportedly warned that continued escalation could push the region towards total chaos, intensifying the urgency for de-escalation. Egyptian intelligence is believed to have opened a back channel with Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, Iran's most influential military and strategic institution. Through this route, a proposal for a temporary 5-day pause was conveyed as a confidence-building measure. The message eventually reached Washington and played a role in shaping the U.S. decision. Now, why U.S. agreed? Why would Donald Trump agree? He does what he wants to do. So, Washington's decision appears to have been driven by both strategic and economic considerations. Channel signals from Iran suggested a possible opening for negotiations. At the same time, the economic costs of the conflict were mounting. Rising oil prices and increased market volatility added pressure on the U.S. policymakers. The pause helped ease these concerns almost immediately. Iran was also saying that the US is doing all this to steady the market and bring the oil prices down. Now, there were also growing worries about long-term risks of a prolonged conflict, including possibility of a wider regional conflict. So, all this is there, but still core differences persist. Despite the temporary halt, deep divisions remain between two sides. US is pushing for an end to Iran's nuclear and missile programs and a halt to support for regional proxy groups, guarantees of safe navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran is demanding an immediate end to US and Israeli strikes, security guarantees against future attacks, and compensation for war-related damages. Public statements are reflecting this divide. While Trump has described the talks as productive, Iranian officials have downplayed or denied any meaningful negotiations. This highlights the persistent mistrust between both the parties. Now, are the talks really happening? Okay, the situation